Hi, I'm Lisa and welcome to Ivy Lane Home. Today's furniture project is this Basset bamboo dresser. Now I found this local on my Facebook marketplace and I think I paid about $120 for it. I'm not sure what is wood and what is plastic. So I'm just gonna have to kind of get into it and see, because sometimes these are faux wood. So this is a really popular style though. It kind of goes along with the Chinoiserie look, and so kind of that grand millennial. So these just really look fabulous painted. This is it is a quality dresser, but it's not a super high quality dresser. There's a lot of like particle board elements to it. So honestly, I don't feel bad about that. It's really dated and it's going to look fabulous with a gorgeous paint job. Now, I like these in pastels. And so actually I like them in bright colors too, but I really am feeling pastel for this. So I'm going to start with taking off all the hardware, and this is pretty chunky. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this or not, but it is quality. I can tell it's real brass, and so I'll just take it off, kind of assess it, and see what I'm going to do. Since I am going to paint it, I like to sand down all of my drawers. Sometimes the mistake when we paint pieces is the drawers stick. So my trick for that is I sand down the edges of the drawers to raw as much as possible. That way I have plenty of room for primer and paint, because I'm adding product to it. So I want to make sure that I have enough room that the drawers won't stick. I'm basically just giving it a really good scuff sand. I want to etch up the surface so that I have really good adhesion. I'm using a high grit. This is probably 180 or 220, and I'm just etching up the surface so I have really good adhesion. When I opened the doors, I saw on the back, this is just plastic. So that entire bamboo part at the front is literally just plastic. So I really don't feel bad painting this at all. So it's just faux wood made to look like wood. So I did decide I'm going to leave the doors on. I normally do take them off, but I'm going to try to just use some washi tape and cover up those hinges and see if I can just get a nice clean paint job. The last thing I like to do is shoot it with some liquid sandpaper, especially if I have a piece that has really fine details that they're hard to get the sandpaper in. It really helps. Now these are plastic pieces, these fronts, so I'm going to use Ben Shellac primer, and the shellac is really good anytime you're painting over laminate or plastic. That way I make sure that my paint will stick. And then for the rest of the body, I'm going to use Bullseye 123 primer. It is a water-based primer, so it's a little easier to use. So I'm just going to load that up in my gun. I use an Erlex 5700. This is by Wagner. It's all metal gun. I love it. It has a turbine and it has a hose that connects to this all metal gun. So I usually take it completely apart, clean it after every single time I use it, and then I just put it all together. So you can see it's not super complicated, but I do love that it has all metal parts. I feel like it's a little bit more durable, and I'm able to clean it a little bit easier since it's all metal. So you can see it's kind of spitting a little bit. So there's obviously a blockage somewhere. Sometimes if this happens, then I have to take it apart. The area that has a clear tube, but sometimes I have to make sure that that is clear. And then I also have to make sure that where the needle is, that it is cleaned out really well. So I have a very tiny little brush that I have to use just to make sure that there's no dried paint in there. So you can see it got a little bit better. I took it apart and I was able to do it a little bit better. I'm going to give it a nice little scuff sand in between coats. Now I did have some bleed through, which I didn't think I would, but the middle drawers, I don't know if you can tell, they were a little yellow. So the tannins were coming through. So I had to end up switching back to Ben Shellac primer. I do have it in the gallon, and I'm going to use that to cover over those areas because I am thinking about going with a light colored paint, and so I don't want those tannins bleeding through the light colored paint. So this Ben Shellac will seal it all in and give me a really beautiful paint finish. It is kind of a pain to clean up because you have to clean it up with either ammonia or denatured alcohol. So that's the rub. Sometimes it's fabulous to use. That's why sometimes I get it in the rattle cans. But I only had the one rattle can and then I was out. So sometimes I just have to load up my paint gun and use it because it never fails me. This corner had a little bit of problem on it. It wasn't a real crisp corner. There was like a little gouge in it. So I put some Bondo on it, recreated the corner, and now I'm just sanding it smooth. Then I'll hit it with a coat of primer before I move on to paint. So for the paint, I decided on going with Parma Gray. This is by Farrow and Ball. I had it color matched at Sherwin Williams in their Gallery Series in satin. I love the Gallery Series paint. I've been using Command by Benjamin Moore, but I was recommended the Gallery Series, and I like it even better because I do not have to add any kind of Floetrol. I don't get any kind of texturing or anything. It is just gorgeous right out of the can. I wish they carried it in matte, but they don't. So satin is the lowest sheen I can get. I could get semi-gloss, but I don't usually do semi-gloss. So, but the satin is quite beautiful finish. So according to their website, Parma Gray is a mid-tone. And it reads a little bit cool. It's a cool blue. So even though it says it's gray, it's really more of a gray undertone and a little bit muddier. I personally like colors that are grayed down a little bit. I think colors that are a little muddier are easier to live with. And so sometimes if it's too bright or too saturated, it's just too much for me. But this is a fabulous color, and I definitely think this is something I would consider. I'm working on a bookcase for myself right now, and I think I'm going to put this on the interior of my bookcase because I was super impressed. It's not a baby blue color. It's just kind of like an adult blue. It's just beautiful. I'll do a slight scuff sand in between coats and then do my second coat. The nice thing about the gallery is you can recoat within an hour. Obviously, depending on your humidity in your area, sometimes dry time could be a little bit longer. And so right now, this time of year, I'm going more like an hour and a half in between coats. But gosh, that's really good, an hour and a half between coats. You can get a whole dresser done in half a day. So it's a fabulous product. Now I'm ready to get my drawers all fancied up. I'll take all the painter's tape off and then I'll give it a good clean with a 50-50 mixture of denatured alcohol and water. Then what I'm doing is I'm taking some rubbing alcohol and I'm getting off any kind of overspray. So I recently started using this, and acetone obviously works, but sometimes it can, interfere if with any other finish that you might have. And so this is a little bit gentler and it works amazing. Then I'm using a new to me product. This is an Artisan wood furniture balm, and it's made by a small batch company, veteran owned. I'll have a link in the description. It's been really fabulous. Now for my drawers, I'm using this really beautiful paper, but it has to be matched because it's not wide enough to fit in my drawers. So I'll just pull it over my drawer, make a notch, and then I'm going to trim it on my mat. Then I'm going to line up the pattern so that I can match it, and then I'll cut that and trim it to size. I'm going to tape off the hinges and go over them just a little bit with some gold wax just to kind of jazz them up a little bit. I like to use Redesign by Prima in the color Eternal Gold. I'll have it linked down in the descriptions, but it's my favorite. You don't need to seal it. It's self-sealing within 30 days, and it has a beautiful gold color. Well, let's look back at the before. This was a really great find. Bamboo is really popular in my area. And so when I saw the bamboo, I was pretty jazzed. And the fact that I also have a maker's mark on it, it's a basset, that's good too. Now, obviously, we found out it was plastic, which is kind of typical, obviously, of this era, but still it doesn't diminish its popularity. And they are super popular, especially for either nurseries or buffets and the whole grand millennial style. So I knew this was a good find, and I really was hoping it would be a beautiful in a pastel. So here's the finished product. What do you think? This is my dining room, and I really think it looks beautiful in my dining room. My husband was like, "Are we keeping this?" And I was like, "No, but it is beautiful, and it does match really well." So you can see I'm drawn to these colors as I'm kind of a blue and green person. So, gosh, I think it's beautiful. I did forget to show, I forgot to take footage of it, but I used the original pulls. I decided, let me just spray them and see what they look like. Because initially I thought they were too big and chunky, but I think they just looked that way because because they were against the brown wood. And so now that it's against the soft pastel, I think they look fabulous. So I painted them just with the Rust-Oleum gold, metallic gold, and I think they look great. So that beautiful lined paper, I think goes great with the whole theme that we're working with the Chinoiserie. I lined the interior just kind of for an extra touch, because the interior, it was just had some like laminate features on it. So I thought it needed to be jazzed up as well. So enjoy some of these videos and I'll come back at the end. Okay, what'd you think about this one? Did you like it? I love it. I think it could go really good in my own house. Now the question is, what should I ask for it? So I don't know. You know, these can go pretty high because they're such a beautiful style with the bamboo. So tell me in the comments, what do you think I should ask for it? And tell me your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching.